So we're in sunny California for Future Travel Experience, and I'm joined here by Christina Cassotis, who is CEO of Pittsburgh International Airport. Christina, thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, I'm thrilled. I'm so great to be here, and it's great to be talking to you.
My first question for you is what trends have you been seeing among your passengers coming through your terminals?
I am seeing trends of people wanting to make sure they can get to where they're going in the first case. In other words, we're seeing flight cancellations and delays and people then not being able to get out until later because now lots of things are oversubscribed, lots of planes are full. So I sense a little bit more apprehension around the journey in general. So I think that's one of the things that I'm noticing. I'm also noticing that people are very clear about what they want, right? And that something on the other end is important to them. So to the extent that we can make that journey more work for them better, then that's what we're trying to do.
So it sounds like a bit of a return to the COVID apprehensiveness over travel plans changing.
I think it's just that people know that if the flight is delayed or canceled and they don't make that connection, that because things are so full, they just have a lot of uncertainty about their ability to complete the whole journey. And I think that's what I'm seeing. And believe me, it's not terrible, but I notice it more than I did.
But then good to hear that they're having clearer communication with you from what they want.
Yes, and we have lots of things like therapy dogs and walking around in the terminals, and we have a mental health campaign, and we have lots of things that really are meant to give people some comfort that, look, we know this is stressful, and let's see what we can do to help.
That was actually going to be my next question. What exciting passenger experience initiatives are you running at the moment that you're most excited about?
What we're most excited about is really learning from the passenger what it is that they're looking for and how they want to either receive information, receive communication, what they're looking for in new services. We've got a new terminal that we're building, and we have an opportunity still to be programming new food, beverage, retail, new services throughout the terminal, new ways of helping people when things go wrong. So that a lot of what is exciting to me is what we're learning.
So it sounds like you're looking to understand your passenger more. How are you doing this? Is it through surveys or ambassadors speaking to passengers on the ground?
All of the above, right? It's all of the above. It's focus groups. It's really leaning into human-centered design. It's everything from, as we think about how to make parking seamless in a way that you don't even really remember it. It's riding alongside with people who are leaving their house and coming to the airport and seeing where are the parts of the journey that perhaps are causing friction that we can solve for as we move forward, and we're bringing that all the way through to the departure journey and the arrival journey, as well as to our employee experience as they deliver those services.
Now, as you mentioned, employees, Pittsburgh International recently took the groundbreaking step in supporting working parents, opening a one-of-a-kind childcare centre. What a fantastic initiative. Can you talk to me through the thinking behind this and any early uptake that you've had among your employees?
Sure. So this started for us a while ago, actually 5 years ago, when we were actually getting ready to build the terminal. We wanted to make sure that we would be able to attract and retain talent out at the airport. We are not located downtown. Lots of airports aren't. And so we want to make sure that not only can we, as an airport authority, get that talent pipeline, but also so can the concessionaires and the ground handlers and the wheelchair runners. So we're actually taking a sort of a systems approach to talent pipeline and looking at how we can benefit the industry as well as our own community. So we launched a workforce development program, and as part of that, that's the training piece, but then the barriers to entry really are around childcare and transportation, so we fixed it.
Sounds fantastic, and a great initiative for your employees. Now, you mentioned it before, but your Terminal Modernisation Programme has passed the halfway mark, so congratulations on that. Can you tell us a little bit about the project and what the benefits will be when it is completed in 2025?
Yes, thank you. So we are opening in 2025, and it will really complete the transition from a former hub to an origin and destination airport. It will allow for a better passenger experience, lots better passenger experience. experience, and it really will offer the types of services that we've always envisioned being able to deliver. We've got everybody excited about the opening. We're halfway through, as you said. It will separate departures and arrivals. There will be an iconic experience coming through TSA, much like going through the tunnel in Pittsburgh, and then the whole city opens before you. There will be something similar where you'll come through TSA, go through a tunnel, and then the whole airport will open before you. So we think that it reflects and really serves our community very well, and we're excited about it opening.
Now, it is said that the terminal is built with public health and technology in mind. What is meant by this? Because it sounds really exciting.
So public health is everything from our outdoor terraces, landside and airside, to each, as well as the mental health campaign that we are running with the benefit of that being funded by a local foundation that is really meant to help passengers as well as staff, crews, etc. just sort of, take a deep breath when things go wrong. Technology, we are testing everything from how to actually clean the air through really cool, this Allegheny pilot that we have started, as we're just bringing technology into everything that we can that makes sense and allows for tasks to be better performed by technology so that people can focus on higher value stuff.
Sounds really exciting. So the budget for the program has unfortunately increased by 12% due to increasing material costs caused by a pandemic related inflation and supply chain shortages. Times really are tough. So are you seeing these economic pressures on your passengers kind of filtering through into their spending power?
No, as a matter of fact, we see a higher revenue per plane passenger than we have in the past, and I can tell you that a 12% increase for us. So Engineering News Record said that construction costs in Pittsburgh have gone up 30%. We kept it to 12%, and that was on 4 major bids. Every other bid that we put out there came within 1% of estimate. So we're actually very excited about the fact that we can deliver this program cost effectively and on time, and we are not seeing passengers take their foot off the gas yet. They're moving forward with travel, and they are spending in the terminal.
And is this them spending on more premium products, would you say? What is
I think it's just they're longer trips. I don't know if you're noticing this in other conversations that you're having, but we're noticing a structural shift in the way that people travel. They seem to be going for longer periods of time, which means that the parking revenue is increasing. We've also introduced new parking products in order to better match our market. So I would say that it's just there's a shift in the way that people are spending. And they are getting to the airport early, I can tell you that.
They work hard, so they're spending longer on holiday, which is great.
I hope so.
Now, Pittsburgh is spearheading a first-of-its-kind bioaerosol identification and detection technology pilot to help discover potentially hazardous airborne toxins. I spoke at length with this with Cole in the innovation department. How is this pilot going, and is it something you think airports should be investing in going forward?
I think that that's what we're testing. That's the whole point, right? It's part of the xBridge program. So we're testing to see if it is something that could benefit the entire industry. Frankly, if it works, then yes, I do. So the pilot is going exactly the way we expect it to, which is we're in the testing phase, and we will evaluate along the way to see the efficacy of the technology and to really look at the cost benefit of what it delivers.
And how have your passengers been in terms of their considerations for health post-pandemic? Is it still really important to them, would you say?
Yes, I think it's really important to them. I think we still have a percentage of folks who come through with masks on, although I do think that that's more and more because they're sick, and they don't want to make other people sick in some of the anecdotal conversations that I've had. But yes, I think that public health is still, and health in general is very important. As a dehubbed airport, we have a lot of space, so you will see people sitting sort of separate for as long as they can until they have to board that plane. But I would say that, it's not impacting travel, and people are still making decisions to get out and get on the road.
And final question for you then is, what is keeping you awake at night as airport CEO?
Everything. Uncertainty, I think we all went through so much with the pandemic. I'm thrilled at the way we managed it, at the way the industry managed it. So what keeps me awake is really what's next, what have we not thought of, and how are we doing from a safety and security perspective. I think that's always been on my mind. So nothing new there.
Christina, that was my final question. Thank you so much.
Thanks for your time.